Hello and welcome back to MikesXS Nation. Today I'm going to show you how to install new starter brushes and clean your starter. To complete this job, it would help to have the JIS number 2 screwdriver, a pick, some steel wool to clean, and your new starter brushes, which MikesXS sells, part number 242064. And the first step is to take the 4 screws out of the bottom of the starter. You're going to have 2 short ones which hold the backing plate, which hold the starter brushes in place. Then you're going to have 2 long ones which hold the starter together. And then you should be able to pull the back off. It should come right off just like that. Now you can pull the backing plate off, which holds your starter brushes in place. And then you can pull the whole front plate and armature out, which exposes your communicator, and you can see how dirty it is. I will not physically be doing the starter brushes, but I will be telling you how to do it. There's 2 springs right here that hold each brush into place, and you will need to take those off, and the brushes will slide out towards the back just like when you push it. And they are soldered on, so you will have to break the solder, and when you replace it they will have to be resoldered. The next step you're going to want to do is clean the communicator, which may take a little time depending on how dirty it is. This one you can see is fairly dirty. It's pretty old. There's individual grooves here, and as you can see, this one here has a bunch of carbon buildup that we must clean out for it to work properly. All you gotta do is take your scribe and run it inside the grooves, and it'll clean mostly right up. Just gotta make sure they're separated. So the debris from the carbon brushes is what gets in between the grooves, now that you can probably see it a little bit better, and it causes conductivity, which causes the starter not to work properly. And then your next step, you can get some steel wool or a wire brush, some sandpaper, and you're going to want to clean off the communicator as best as you can to get all that carbon off and make it look clean. And I forgot to mention in the beginning that you will need a cleaner of some sort, and here I have some denatured alcohol on a paper towel, which will do perfect. You're just going to want to clean it, make sure to get all the extra steel wool off that fell. And there you have it. That's how you clean it. Now that we have the new brushes installed and the communicator cleaned, it is time to reinstall everything. As you can see, there's a little notch right there in the top plate that is going to line up with the notch right there. Before you reinstall, after a visual inspection to make sure there's nothing damaged, you have 2 seals, one for each side. This one's already on. And you're going to slide the armature back in, make sure the notches are lined up, and then it should sit flush. Then you're going to reinstall the backing plate with your new brushes, which you are going to have to put a little pressure because the new brushes are quite big, so they'll slide back a little bit. And then once you have that set and ready, there is a little washer right there to make sure it does not come off the armature. And then you're going to want to reinstall the seal. And then the backing plate comes next. And the backing plate is going to have to match the front plate. So when you install. There is no notch on this one, but it pretty much just matches side for side. Everything should line up, but you may need your scribe to move the backing plate just a tad bit to line it up with the screw holes. And if you take your long screws first, they'll slide right down in there. Just gotta make sure you get it in. It's easier to do the long ones to get them started first, just so the armature doesn't come out of the other side. And then once that gets started in there, you get your little screws back in, which hold your backing plate. And there you have it. You have new starter brushes and a clean communicator, and everything is reinstalled. I appreciate you watching, and again, we do carry the carbon starter brushes on our website. It's part number 242064. We also have other brushes we carry that have to do with our charging systems. So we will have a video of that coming soon. Thanks for watching. Go ride.